But, in the military, you have like this baseline understanding where everyone goes through boot camp, everybody goes through the ranks, right? And so they have this culture and discipline. You mentioned maturity earlier. You develop that up to a point, all the way to, if you can actually get to buds and kind of go through all of that and then make it into the SEALs, you're an exceptional human being already. So to then train them and then, do some debriefing, it's kind of an understood language at that point. In business, you have all sorts of people from all sorts of walks of lives, right? With like, nobody's ever told them no in the past, maybe. Or somebody is a CEO who's like pointing at you with like choppy hands and you can't get that. So how do you balance between like, there's a big gap there, right? You can't just come in with like this new mentality of like, this is how we always did in the military, get in line,
It's actually impossible to really recreate, especially in the elite forces. It's impossible to recreate that cohesiveness and that creative, innovative kind of mindset and the level of judgment, because so much money goes into that training. I mean, it's like the NFL. You throw 500 passes of one route and you're being filmed, and then somebody critiques you. Everything's done because the more you practice, the better they understand the positives and negatives of your performance, your behaviors, and then they refine it and they practice some more. And then you'll get stale. So you have to, it's all perishable. So you never stop. That's expensive. We do that with weapons in the special ops community, blowing, huge amounts of ammunition compared to the average Army infantry unit or average Marine unit. I mean, if they even knew how much was being expended, they wouldn't believe it. The average SEAL, when I was in the average SEAL, probably had shot at least 100 AT-4 anti-tank rockets. Not just one FAM shot, not a trainer, but at least 100.
Jeez.
Probably the same amount of blow rockets and other things. So, because you had to be like a sniper with that weapon. You weren't just supposed to be able to functionally shoot it. A whole different level of performance. You go into a commercial environment, and the first thing I noticed was the goals were radically different. It wasn't the people were bad or good or anything like that, or stupid or not creative or creative. The goals were different. Oh, you listen to any podcast with a bunch of military guys, what'd you do it for? I did it for the man to the left and the right of me and all that. You go to a lot of these companies and you'd say, well, are you doing it for the person to the left and right of you? And they say, I don't even know who's in cubicle 7. I mean, and not because they're bad people, but because from the day that they came out of college or the time they came out of high school and went into any kind of company environment, they basically got siloed in more ways than one. And all they could think about is, I'm going to get my paycheck, I'm going to live my life. I'm doing this
right
so that at 5 o'clock, I walk out of here and I can live my life and I have enough money to live it the way I want to live it. And I'm tolerating everything here to do that, right? It's not for God and country. It's not to save the world. It's not to save some unit on your left or right flank. And it's not for the people to the left and right of you. There's not a brotherhood or a sisterhood going on. And it's all logical. And it took me about a year or so to realize, okay, this is just normal, because I'd been in for 20 years.